I'm sure the coaches will get us ready for this one tonight, but we know how important the game is, right? It's obviously the biggest game of the year right now, and Montreal's been playing really well as of late, been finding ways to get a lot of points and a lot of wins, and we're trying to catch them. So yeah, huge game.
You've been on good runs over your career. Is it harder to be chasing teams and to play playoff hockey basically for 2 months during the regular season?
Yeah, I mean it's fun though. It's every game's so meaningful, and it's fun to play that way. It's fun to kind of be in the thick of it through the last half of the season ever since Four Nations break. So we've had our ups and downs obviously, but been playing a little bit better as of late. So hopefully we can bring that momentum into here tonight.
Did you see the celebration that Hudson did after his latest goal? That he kind of did one like you.
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, he said it was kind of like you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What do you recall from the 2 games you played against him last year? Because it was his first 2 games in the league.
Yeah. No, I mean he's had an incredible season, and he's a great player. Obviously very dangerous with the puck. Someone we got to keep an eye on when he's out there, and try to make it tough on him. I mean, make him play in his own end, make him play defense, because he gets, walking the blue line, rolling around in the offensive zone on the power play. He can get a lot of confidence that way, and obviously produce a lot, make a lot of plays for the team.
Were you aware that he really idolized you, and how do you react when he's a player like that?
No, it's great. I mean, it's cool, right? You hear some of these American guys coming up, and their favorite player was you, so it's pretty exciting. It means a lot too. I mean, I tried to play a game that was obviously fun and entertaining, and try to entertain the fans as well. And he's kind of doing the same thing now. So got a chance to meet him last year after, I think it was the last game of the season. I met him and said hi to him real quick, and cool to meet him. He's gonna have a great career, so it'll be fun to watch him.
How do you like this? I mean, it's gonna be kind of awkward when
yes and no. I mean, we're both hockey players, right? Like, can talk about hockey, can talk about the past, can talk about his career path, the way he got to the NHL, things like that. But it was good to kind of meet him and touch base with him, and just have a quick conversation.
You had kind of the mood and feeling in the room right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're excited for this game. I think we know it's a big one, and we know where we're at. We know how we can play, and I think we're excited to go tonight.
Talking to Larkin yesterday, he talked about some of the themes throughout this point streak you guys are on. In your eyes, what do you see as some of the keys that you guys have been able to collect points?
I think our breaking out in D-zone has been a lot better these past couple of games, and it's led to more offensive zone time and less defensive zone time. So, I feel like there's a lot of things in our game that have gotten better, but I think that's one that, we're moving more as a five-man unit, and, making some good plays. So I think that's a big part of it.
How do you guys embrace the moment as well as not let it get too big in the game and shift by shift?
I think once you get out there, you obviously know it's an important game, but you're just playing. I think we got to take it one game at a time, and just focus on the shift at hand, and winning each shift. So I think we know what we have in this room and what we can do. So we're confident going in the game.
Todd's also talked about how it seems that you've had a lot of confidence on the defensive side of the puck. What are some ways that you've been working on that behind the scenes?
Personally?
Yeah.
I feel like just trusting each other. I think out there is a big part. I think we trust the system, and for me personally, it's a lot easier to trust that and trust the guys to be in a good spot. So I'm trying to just do my job and let everything else play out. So I feel like it's been good. It's been better. Still a lot to improve on for as a team and personally, and I think we're trying to take those steps.
Todd, obviously both teams know what's at stake tonight. What's kind of the feeling and mood in the room right now?
Well, I'm sure in both locker rooms there's some excitement. There's this talk in the last month about playoff push. Well, in my mind, both teams have been already playing in the playoffs. They're scrapping for points. You're playing through injuries. Nobody's resting. Every moment counts. And whoever's lucky enough to get in, that's often why upsets happen. I think because you've played in playoffs the last 3 or 4 weeks of the season trying to get in. And I know our group's excited. Expect a lot from them, but more importantly, I hope they expect a lot from each other.
And then speaking of the group, obviously Watson with the emergency recall. Can you touch on that at all?
No.
And then also playing with Talbot tonight, just the confidence he's given this group.
Well, he's been, he's been really, really good for us the last 5 or 6 games. I've seen Talbs go on real hot runs in both Edmonton and LA, and right now it feels like he's in a groove and he's feeling good about himself. But one man can only do so much. The rest of them have to play real well around him, and our game has been getting better coming out of that swoon, if you want to call it that. And as long as he keeps steadying the ship back there, I think he gives us an opportunity to have some success.
How would you describe the challenge of?
I'm sorry.
Would you describe the challenge of playing Habs tonight?
Well, it's a special and unique one. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty where we're almost in a must-win situation, and as I mentioned earlier, that's playoff-type hockey. We get to experience it a little bit earlier. Yeah, it's not covered the same way, or it's not a series, but the importance of these games gives us some experience. It allows us to evaluate, and we want to stretch this out to the last minute of the season. So that's how important it is for us.
Are you surprised to see?
I'm sorry?
Do you know Marty at all?
I know just Marty through the hockey world, obviously having coached against them. Guys like Torts, I have a ton of respect for Torts. He coached him all those years, some of the players that have played with him. But, I was asked about Montreal yesterday back in Detroit, and I think this organization has done a real good job of building their team and being patient with it, watching young kids develop, and having a good leader and a good guide. And Marty is exactly that.
How do you look at the schedule you have remaining? It's some pretty good opponents, just one home game, and it's against Dallas. Yep. Do you address that at all?
No, since the change has been made right after Christmas, we've just talked about what's right in front of us. It's not an easy thing for the players or the coaching staff to come in and mid-season, and we talked about small increments, and that just means what's in front of us. So I've been asked that question enough. I'm sure the players have been asked that question enough, the strength of schedule and all that type of stuff. But our guys have done a real good job of just focusing on tonight will be Montreal. We don't even know what we're doing tomorrow, to tell you the truth. We just are going to play tonight and then worry about it then.
Todd, what were you doing at Christmas? Where were you, and how surprised were you to get the call?
My wife and I, we have a home in Kelowna, BC, so we went there for Christmas, and first time in a lot of years we've had that opportunity. So we spent some time with my son and his wife, and things started to pick up over the break. And Christmas Day I was flying back to LA. Boxing Day I was flying to Detroit, and the 27th we were playing against I believe it was Toronto the first night. So things happened fairly quick.
When you guys beat Montreal in late January, there was, can you take information from that game thinking that it can still be relevant at this point, or your team is somewhere else and their group is somewhere else?
Both. Teams have systems and tendencies, and they forecheck a certain way. It's really hard to recreate. Systems and structure throughout the season. There's not enough practice time. So once you establish them, you may tweak them a little bit. You may pick one thing that you're going to change, but your whole hockey plan for what your team's going to look like throughout the season is generally the same. What does change is line combinations, health, pace of play, belief system, power play, penalty kill. There's often adjustments there. A hot goaltender, cold, I can go on and on. But generally speaking, teams will play roughly the same style, but they may be hot or cold, and we're going to find out that tonight.
By your coach eyes, is it a surprise for you to see them at this spot in the standings, the Habs?
No.
Why?
They're a good hockey club.
Have there
you mentioned the lulls that your team has gone through since you've been here. What are some of the cues that you look for to give you a sense that they're coming out of it and that they're kind of picking up on what you're trying to?
Yeah, we've had some highs and then we've had some lows. The lows for us started. We played Tampa right before the Four Nation break, and it was not a good night for our hockey club. The input into the game was not where it needed to be, and we got drilled that night. We went into the break, and coming out of it, we really asked the group, who are we? Like, which group are we? Are we the 7-game win streak group? And I think that game threw us off a little bit. And then we played Columbus a couple times right after. We had good games with them, but lost both. And now your confidence gets dinged up a little bit, and you wonder if you're slipping back to what you were before. So it isn't always what's done physically on the ice with passing, shooting, stopping pucks, physicality, all that type of stuff. Sometimes it's in between the ears. That's a hard place to get to when you're a coach or even a player. And we look for mood swings in players. We look for line combinations that aren't working. We look for cohesiveness amongst defensemen. Goaltending is obviously plays a big part in it. Who's hot, who's not. So a lot of cues that come up, but subtle ones.